If you've ever felt like your mind just won't leave something alone, like you're replaying conversations and analysing every detail, trying to work out what someone meant, what you should have said, or whether you missed something, this video is for you. Because what a lot of people call overthinking is often deeper than that. There's a reason why it feels so hard to stop. I went through a period like this a good few years ago. I genuinely couldn't switch off. I was constantly thinking, constantly replaying things, trying to solve situations in my head over and over again. And it didn't just stay in my thoughts either. People could see stuff was going on for me. I couldn't relax properly. I struggled to eat. My body felt anxious all the time, even when nothing was actually happening in the moment. And what would have helped me much earlier is basically understanding this. What you're experiencing is something called rumination. Rumination isn't random. It's your brain trying to resolve something that feels unfinished. Usually something really emotionally important. Might not be important in the grand scheme of things, but it feels really important to you. Could be a relationship, a conversation, a betrayal, mixed signals, something confusing, something where you didn't get clarity or certainty or closure. So your brain keeps looping because it thinks, if I can figure this out, then I'll finally feel better. The problem is, a lot of the time there isn't enough info available to actually resolve it by thinking alone. And this is where people get trapped. Because the more uncomfortable you feel, the more your brain pushes you to think harder. The more you think, the more activated, emotionally overwhelmed you become. So it turns into this loop. You feel anxious, you analyse more, you become more anxious, so you analyse even more, and it goes on and on and on. And eventually it can start to feel impossible to switch off. What's important to understand is that this doesn't mean you're weak. You might feel weak at the time, but it doesn't mean you're dramatic. You might feel dramatic at the time, and it doesn't mean you're crazy, even though it might feel like you're going crazy. Your brain is trying to protect you. It's trying to prevent pain, trying to regain certainty, trying to create control. The problem is that rumination often feels productive, but it actually keeps you stuck. And one of the biggest things I want people to understand is this. You can't always think your way into peace. Sometimes your mind's trying to solve something your nervous system actually needs to help process with. Yeah. That's why rumination isn't just a thinking issue, it's a body state issue. It's your central nervous system. If your system feels unsafe, uncertain, rejected, abandoned, hypervigilant, emotionally unresolved, then your brain keeps scanning. It keeps searching. It keeps looping. It's why people, they find that some people trigger rumination more than others. Basically, people who give mixed signals or create uncertainty or withhold the reassurance you're seeking or leave things unresolved, they trigger your brain to try and complete the puzzle. Sometimes there's no final piece of the puzzle coming. That's painful. It's painful to accept, but it doesn't mean that you're powerless. Understanding what's actually happening is actually the first step to shifting it. Because once you can recognize, I'm noticing now this is rumination and my brain is looping, that's what's happening. In that moment that you notice, you create a little bit of separation from it. instead of becoming fully trapped inside that spiral. And something that helped me personally was realizing this. Just because a thought feels urgent, it can really feel urgent, it doesn't mean it's important. It might feel important to you because all your safety and all your survival depends on it, but it's not important to solve it right now. And that was huge for me, because rumination creates this emotional intensity that makes everything feel like it needs solving immediately. But clarity doesn't usually arrive through panicking. It arrives when your system feels calmer. And that's why trying to aggressively force your thinking to stop just backfires. The brain experiences like, no, but this really is important. We need to keep going. And instead, what actually starts helping is learning how to regulate your state. Things like movement, getting out of the environment, writing things down, interrupting your pattern gently, grounding your body, and allowing uncertainty to exist without compulsively trying to eliminate it. And I know that sounds simple, and when you're stuck in rumination, uncertainty can feel really unbearable. Because your brain thinks certainty equals safety, but life doesn't always give us certainty. Healing often involves building the capacity to survive in the space of not knowing. And that's the real work. Not becoming someone who never thinks deeply, becoming someone who isn't consumed by the loop. So if you've been experiencing this, I just want to say, you're not alone in it. You're not broken. And your mind is just trying to do something it believes is protecting you. That's all. It doesn't know another way yet, but I'm going to put some more videos up, so hopefully you'll get some great insights about other ways that you can teach it to start on the process of noticing and changing that loop. Practical ways to interrupt the rumination when your mind won't switch off. And thank you so much for watching my first video. I can't wait to do another one, and let me know in the comments if anything resonated with you and what it's like for you if you're experiencing rumination, what it feels like. And I really didn't have a fun journey with it myself, and would love to help other people that are stuck in that space to get out of that space and start living life a bit more and, having a better time. So thank you for watching, and take care, everyone.